That's all.
Looks like he's getting the hang of it.
Hi, I'm Tim Strong, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me in Iceland to see the Northern Lights, October 18th through the 24th. Discover Iceland's best-known national treasures, including the world-famous Blue Lagoon. We'll marvel at geothermal wonders, majestic waterfalls, and search the night sky for magical auroras. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Augusta, for more information to watch the travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword Augusta, for more information.
When you get approached from somebody about your commercial roof, you want to make sure that...
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
Parker's Kitchen is my new daily coffee stop.
Gourmet beans are freshly ground for every cup. Get your own cup of great tasting, freshly brewed coffee at Parker's Kitchen.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 live at 5.
Should it stay or should it go? Tonight, leaders are expected to vote on the future of a local fire department. Good evening. I'm Meredith Anderson. Before we get to firefighters, we need to talk about the first danger, the fire danger. Let's get straight to our first alert. Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. Riley.
That's right, Meredith. We do have an elevated fire risk across the region through around 8 p.m. this evening. The reason is we have very low relative humidity, and we've been relatively dry over the last couple of weeks, so we actually do have a moderate drought in effect across the entire CSRA. Luckily, it's not super windy out there today. Fairly calm across most of the area, but you can see as far as humidity goes, it is very, very dry, actually below 20%. So that's why the Weather Service has issued this just special fire statement across most of the western CSRA for that combination of just very dry fuels on the ground and also very dry air in place too. So just a heads up. Wanted to show you this video. How about this? This was actually a controlled burn from our Thurman Dam Cam earlier, just a little bit earlier this afternoon. So take a look at this. So this is one of those controlled burns we were looking at. That smoke plume standing up actually provided a pretty big smoke plume over the lake earlier this morning. So that was a cool view we had there from the dam cam. Now, as far as moving forward, we are expecting another dry night, and it's going to be warm and dry again tomorrow. So I'd imagine, as far as the timeline goes, our fire risk will continue heading into Wednesday, but some rain is expected to show up by Thursday morning. Now, along with that rain, it is also going to be pretty breezy throughout the day Thursday. We're talking some gusts, potentially up to around 30 miles an hour. Now, throughout the day Wednesday, it's going to stay relatively calm. Not really expecting the wind to pick up Wednesday until we get to later Wednesday night, and especially Thursday morning as these storms are arriving. Now we're talking some wind gusts over 20 miles an hour. That will stick around all day Thursday, but things will improve Friday into the weekend. We'll take a look at how much rain we're expecting Thursday coming up in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Riley. Tonight, the fate of the Wagner Fire Department is back in the hands of Aiken County Council. Just 2 weeks ago at their last meeting, we told you the council tabled that decision. The new plan would split the department, forcing nearby fire departments to take on Wagner's fire's responsibilities. Your Audrey Dickerber joins us live at 5 in the newsroom. Audrey, bring us up to speed on why tonight's meeting is so important.
Well, the future of the Wagner Fire Department is something we've been talking about since November. After multiple town council meetings and county council meetings, a decision has yet to be made, but it's all up for conversation again tonight. It all started after the fire chief and a majority of its staff left the job in November. Since then, Aiken County Council and Town Council voted to separate themselves from the fire department. 2 weeks ago, a proposal was presented to Aiken County Council, with many people showing their support for District 16. But here's what's up for debate yet again that was tabled last time. Potential new coverage areas, adding more to departments like New Holland, Sally, and Hollow Creek, and leaving just 1 square mile, the town of Wagner, to be covered by the fire department. This caused concern among the Wagner Fire Department, saying this would impact not only response times, but people's lives too. So that raises the same question yet again tonight.
A lot of people questioning their safety. Thanks for that, Audrey. Of course, we will let you know what comes out of tonight's meeting. She'll stay on this for us. Last fall, Governor Henry McMaster warned South Carolina's child welfare system was coming to a breaking point. Well, now the governor has nominated his next pick to lead the agency that oversees the system, the Department of Social Services. Your State House reporter Mary Green has those details.
On Tuesday, Governor Henry McMaster nominated Tony Catone to be the next director of the Department of Social Services. Catone previously served as the agency's general counsel and has been its acting director since January, when former director Michael Leach resigned.
He understands that we must assist, protect, and strengthen our young people and our families, the disabled, those who cannot help themselves. At least we hope to help them help themselves. And they are the most vulnerable in our state, and we must see that they are attended to.
Leach, the former director, previously told us that DSS often has to serve as a catch-all agency, bearing the brunt of challenges other South Carolina departments are facing. For example, he said without a facility in South Carolina capable of treating youths with the most severe mental health needs, or space at overcrowded youth detention centers for those who should be in the juvenile justice system, there's nowhere for these kids and teens to go but DSS. And the agency isn't equipped or meant to handle their needs, putting the overall child welfare system at a breaking point. Catone, the new nominee, vowed Tuesday to work with the other agencies that contribute to that system, like the Departments of Mental Health and Juvenile Justice, including collaborating to fight for their needs and investments. He says his top priority will be continuing the agency's reforms and improvements to the foster system, which reached record low numbers under Leach.
We have to develop resources and community-based services to serve children who have higher level mental health and behavioral health needs. Top priority. And teens in foster care.
Catone will still need senators' confirmation to become the permanent director. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
Catone's background is in law, but he has worked at DSS for the last decade. Another major appointment this evening, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp naming the new labor commissioner. Barbara Rivera Holmes will now take over that role. The previous labor commissioner, Bruce Thompson, passed away in November from pancreatic cancer. The labor commissioner is an important role as the Labor Department oversees state laws related to the workforce, things like unemployment and child labor laws. Holmes will serve out the remainder of Thompson's 4-year term until early 2027. The attorney for the woman accused of starting the Carolina forest wildfire is asking for her charges to be dismissed. Alexandria Bialasso is accused of negligence when flames from her fire pit spread to more than 2,000 acres. Investigators say she also did not have the appropriate resources on hand to control the flames. Tonight, though, her lawyer says those claims are false. He says he has videos proving she had a water hose nearby and that she used it almost as soon as she could.
There were 12 other fires burning around the state of South Carolina. That's at minimum. They say between Georgia and South Carolina it could have been up to 2 dozen. Do you know how many other people were arrested? I haven't found a single one yet. So what that means is that there can be a fire that is nobody's fault criminally.
Bialasso is still out on bond after her arrest 2 weeks ago. Her first court appearance is set for next month. A Metro Atlanta school board is turning to artificial intelligence to help prevent school shootings. Board members in Marietta are expected to vote on a $500,000 plan with an AI-powered weapons detection system. This ongoing push for more security comes after the deadly Appalachia High School shooting last year.
And learn from every safety-related situation on how to make our schools better. What this involves is the ability for us to get alerts if and when there's anything of concern that goes straight to not only our staff, but local jurisdictions who are within 2 miles of all of our schools.
If approved during tonight's board meeting, the district plans to hire additional security staff to operate these weapons detection systems on 4 of its campuses. Meanwhile, in Richmond County, Cross Creek High boosted its security measures after the Appalachia shooting. It now has a weapons detection system. Back in November, leaders told us they were also working on AI-powered cameras to detect weapons. Tonight, we are continuing to follow the search for a missing hiker in South Carolina. It's been 2 weeks since 52-year-old Stephanie Womax was reported missing at Table Rock State Park. Pickens County deputies say they do not suspect foul play. They also say they've exhausted every resource they have to help find her. The family says they plan to host large search parties for Womax this Saturday at the state park. They're asking anyone in the community to join. Our state champs being recognized at the Augusta Commission this evening. You're taking a look at video of the Butler Bulldogs posing with Augusta Mayor Garnett Johnson and some commissioners. They received certificates for their win over Union County. This marked the Bulldogs' first time in 59 years bringing home that state title again. Congratulations to them. The party continues at Butler. A puppy will soon get to spend the rest of its life with a Georgia firefighter who saved its life. Oh, how sweet is that? We'll have how the puppy landed a forever home coming up. Riley.
That is one cute pup right there. Remember, we do have an elevated fire risk the rest of today. I would imagine it continues tomorrow, but we are expecting some rain and wind to arrive by Thursday. Have a full look at that forecast coming up.
Time and temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
From Sweet SRP.
Our First Alert commitment to you is the power of 5 meteorologists, all the tools, the latest technology, and the first team of 5 meteorologists. News 12's First Alert weather on your side.
Back now live at 5 with that live view over Thurman Dam. If we do away with the yellow stuff, it could be a nice day to get out on the water, Riley. The pollen, though, oh, it just has everybody's sinuses just not happy.
It does. That tree pollen count is sky high and likely going to stay sky high over the next couple of days. We could see a little bit of rain Thursday, but I don't think it's really going to be enough to knock down that pollen count a ton across the area. But Thursday is our next big thing we're looking at. We're going to see a front push through Thursday. It is going to bring us some rain early in the morning, and then behind that, we'll likely see some gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Behind that front Thursday, it is going to cool off a little bit Friday, but we are back to seasonal temperatures rolling into the weekend. So when I say 30-mile-per-hour gusts, what exactly does that mean? Well, a 30-mile-per-hour gust can actually knock down a full-size trash can. So that's the type of impacts we're expecting Thursday. As that wind picks up, you can see later into our Thursday afternoon, this is behind all that rainfall. We're seeing sustained wind near 20 miles an hour, and those gusts up to possibly over 30 miles an hour in a few spots. So once again, if it's trash day for your neighborhood, make sure you're keeping a close eye on your trash can out there as we head throughout the day on Thursday. Heading into it tomorrow, it's not going to be overly windy. The wind will start to pick up a little bit tomorrow afternoon, but should be another generally nice day on Wednesday. But the thing is, since it is going to be a nice day, we have very dry air in place. It's going to be a little bit breezier tomorrow afternoon. You can see by Wednesday late in the day, we have these gusts up to around 15 miles an hour. So I'd imagine our elevated fire risk, that will continue Wednesday. So just a heads up, be very safe. Try not to burn, ideally, if you can help it. Here's our line of showers. This is going to show up early Thursday morning, most likely between 6 and 10 a.m. for us. So going to be a quick moving line. I don't think we'll necessarily see a ton of rain from it, but as this lane pushes over your region, maybe see wind pick up a little bit, but you can see it's really behind the rain. We really see those stronger gusts up to around 30, maybe up to 35 miles an hour. Now that will be the cold front behind it. We will see another cool start Friday morning, maybe seeing temperatures down into the mid 30s in our cold spots. Now looking at those rain chances on Thursday, once again between 6 10 a.m. that's going to be our best opportunity to see that rainfall. Once we get towards our Thursday afternoon, expecting much less in the rain department, but then we're focusing on that wind. So remember, Thursday afternoon, it will be breezy. Now, as far as how much rain we could see, I don't think it's going to be enough to really knock down the pollen too much, and I don't think it's going to be necessarily a lot to alleviate our drought conditions. So maybe a few hundredths of an inch, maybe up to a tenth of an inch on the higher end, but definitely not a soaking rain event by any means across most of the area as we head into Thursday. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. So remember, Thursday, the official start of spring with our equinox happening there on Thursday. We are going to see that rain early and some wind to end off our Thursday afternoon. Heading into Friday and this weekend, you can see a little bit cooler Friday. We'll see the mid 30s waking up early in the morning, so maybe some patchy frost. High temps below average Friday, but heading into the weekend, we warm right back up. Mid 70s Saturday and Sunday, and then next Monday, that will be our second round of rainfall on this 7-day.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. A tragic story, but with a happy ending. A puppy gets to spend the rest of its life with a Georgia firefighter after a heroic rescue from a burning home. Sawyer Bussey has that story.
Every now and then, life gives us a happily ever after.
I know it. I know it.
Pickens County Lieutenant Paramedic Isaac Holloway's miracle started with a tragedy. There was a house fire. The humans were safe, but there were dogs in the house too. Firefighters say the mama laid over her babies during the fire.
Tried to do CPR on him, worked her for several minutes, but yeah, sadly.
She didn't make it, but the puppies did.
And I just handed him out the window to another firefighter.
3 of them are right here at Bosley's Place Puppy Rescue in Cobb County. And today, they are in the hands of the man who saved their lives.
Love helping people. It's as simple, definitely for the money. He can tell you that. You don't do it for the money.
Whenever there is a light at the end of the tunnel, not just them surviving, but, you know, being rescued and being able to reunite them with their rescuer.
Isaac dropped by the nonprofit with his 2 kids and his wife. What do you think about getting a new puppy?
I'm excited.
The puppies are too young to take home now, but once they're big enough, Isaac and his family will take one home.
They're not people, but they're loved by family members just as much as they are people. So anytime we rescue anybody out of the house, whether it be a person or an animal, is a plus.
And one more thing. Their eyes opened the day they met Isaac, which is funny timing, to say the least.
It certainly is, and looks like he has a forever friend. What a full circle moment there for that firefighter, and yeah, his kids are lucky too. A Georgia organization reintroducing civilian life to veterans after deployment. We'll tell you how it's helping veterans find community again. Coming up.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Lease a new 2025 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid LE for $369 a month for 36 months with $36.68 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places.
Another serious truck.
Just call all nines.
Insurance companies across our area are now using drones to inspect roofs without your knowledge, and many are canceling homeowner policies based on roof condition. Hey guys, it's Anna Christina here for Roof Savers. If your roof is showing signs of aging with black streaks, algae, moss, or missing shingles, it could cost you more than you think. Don't take the risk of losing your insurance. Let Roof Savers help.
Our 3-step process extends the life of the asphalt shingles on your roof by 17 years with just one application.
First, we can clean your roof, removing dirt, algae, and those unsightly black streaks. Then, we perform a roof tune-up, replacing missing shingles and fixing nail pop-ups.
Finally, we apply Renew at 17, giving an additional 17 years of life to your existing asphalt shingles.
Don't risk getting a cancellation letter from your insurance company. Call the number on the screen now to see if your roof qualifies. Roof Savers. Save your roof, save your money.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Love it.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Right now, get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
Readjusting to normal life after a deployment is no easy task, but a Georgia nonprofit is working to help make that transition seamless. Sawyer Bussey shows us how it's helping veterans find community again.
From what I've learned about the military from men and women who have served, is that it's its own world.
It did, right? It's hard transition to change from protecting and different capacities, like I said before, and deploying so much for your country. And I was in the 5th Special Forces Group, so our demand was high. We rapidly deployed all the time, had 11 deployments.
A lot of veterans, when they get out, they struggle with not really having a higher purpose anymore.
Now, for many employees at a company called Resupply, military members coming home from active duty are finding camaraderie once again.
Our entire operations team is run by military veterans.
The company picks up items people want to donate and then drops them off at charities like Goodwill. They charge a fee to cover the cost of pickup, but say they make sure the charity gets the items at no cost. Another part of their mission is to keep furniture out of landfills.
I think my purpose when I was in the military was completely different. So I always look at it as I went from protecting my nation, protecting it in a different capacity, to now coming back and giving back to the community and giving back to those in need.
But we know not all the time everyone can get things like couches or dressers to us because maybe they don't have transportation to do it, or maybe they don't have the strength to lift it. Those donations are helping us fuel our stores.
Resupply also has a military transition program. This is where people getting off of active duty can intern with the company.
Being able to see folks that have done so much already for the country, that have served in the military, that have worn the uniform, that now have a new mission.
Resupply has pickup locations all across the two-state. Their locations stretch from Atlanta, Georgia, all the way to Charleston, South Carolina. And we're on your side with ways veterans and their loved ones can get help if ever in need. The Veterans Crisis Line is available 24/7. All you have to do is call 988 and press 1. You can also text 838-255 or chat online with qualified therapists ready to listen and ready to help. We've been telling you about the many advancements being made to address maternal health crises in Georgia. And today, a panel of health experts took that discussion a step further. The Augusta Chamber of Commerce and Wellstar MCG teamed up to host the Women in Business Luncheon. Health experts spoke on a variety of topics related to women's health. Now, this comes during a crucial time as officials work to bring accessible health care to rural areas. The medical director for labor and delivery at Wellstar MCG explains why this is so urgent.
Augusta is an area that has a maternity desert surrounding it, which really highlights the fact that we see a large gap in access for women in the rural areas that surround Augusta and Richmond County.
Recently, Wellstar received a $5.5 million Healthy Start grant to address maternal health all across Georgia. Shocking costs after dozens of cars towed during St. Patrick's Day in Savannah. We break down the numbers for you just ahead, Riley.
Well, it is going to be chilly again tonight. We'll stay above freezing, but should get temps down close to 40 by daybreak tomorrow morning. Going to need to bundle up for the first part of the day. I'm going to look at that forecast for you just after the break.
Mix and match your McDonald's faves, from the iconic Big Mac to a juicy 10-piece chicken McNuggets to the classic filet of fish. Grab any two for just $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Great news, Augusta.
Weinberger's Furniture and Weinberger's Interiors Market have come together, and that means a huge merging sale just for you.
One incredible store, one massive selection.
Love classic, modern, eclectic, whatever your style, find it now at prices too good to last. But hurry, once it's gone, it's gone. The Weinberger's merging sale happening now.
Visit Weinberger's Furniture and see the new selection all at the main location on Riverwatch Parkway.
The law firm of Mr. Ken Nugent did care. One call, that's all.
Mix and match your McDonald's faves, from the iconic Big Mac to a juicy 10-piece chicken McNuggets to the classic filet of fish. Grab any two for just $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
St. Patty's Day has come and gone, but dozens of people in Savannah or who came to Savannah from out of town are stuck with towing fees after the festivities. The city of Savannah says 34 cars were towed away starting just past midnight along the parade route. Okay, the cost to get your car back? Whew, people could be out $630. That's because the fees include $250 the first hour to tow away a car, a $75 recovery fee, and then $125 to relocate the car from inside the fence to outside the lot. So yeah, just don't park on a parade route, Riley, and you're fine.
Yeah, ideally, try to avoid that parade route if you can help it. But definitely a busy day there in Savannah and even at Augusta yesterday. We had a great parade too. So it was nice weather out there yesterday. Continuing today, the only thing we are watching today is that there is an elevated fire risk. We have very dry air in place and fairly dry fuel on the ground. So try to avoid burning anything for the rest of today. How about this though? 74 degrees on the thermometer, so about 10 degrees warmer than yesterday afternoon. And going to keep our skies generally clear the rest of tonight. Now with dry air in place, that means it can cool off very quickly at night. So for temperatures overnight, we should be able to drop down most likely to near 40 by daybreak Wednesday morning. Throughout the day Wednesday, we should stay generally sunny. I would imagine our elevated fire risk will continue again tomorrow with those temperatures a little bit warmer and that air staying very dry. We are expecting a brief round of rain, though, to arrive by Thursday morning. This is going to be a quick passing front, brings us maybe a quick shower or two. Not much rain anticipated, but behind this, we are going to see a very breezy into our Thursday, so expecting gusts maybe up to 30 miles an hour. Could tip over a few trash cans out there. Weekend looks great, though. We're back to sunny skies, warmer temps in the mid-70s.
We'll take it. Just avoid that pollen if you can. That's it for us for this half hour. Wrdw joins us in studio coming up.
This is not you.
It's not me.
Parker's Kitchen is proud to partner with Wounded Warrior Project to help empower veterans and their families. When you round up at Parker's, we'll make sure to match 25% of your donation to support local veterans.
You're watching News 12 live at 5. Continues.
Well, what should happen with Augusta's old jail site? It's a debate dating back years, and we're no closer to settling on an answer. It was demolished years ago, and now it's an empty space at the intersection of Walton Way and Gordon Highway. Good evening, and thanks for joining us here live at 5. I'm Wrdw.
And I'm Meredith Anderson. Now, before it was torn down, that old jail was used as a set on the massive movie, The Suicide Squad. Of course, that led to hopes that the space could be rented out to more movie studios.
And then there were talks of renovating the space into a justice center to help with the massive backlog in our court system, but ultimately the old jail came down.
The city ordered a study on the issue, which recommended creating an innovation hub in that empty space. It suggested the city work in partnership with local partners like Augusta Locally Grown, for an example, and maybe even Augusta Arsenal Soccer Club. The firm who did the study acknowledges the site sits in the midst of several historically underserved neighborhoods. And it says people who live nearby, they want to see development.
But this is not something that can be done without really robust, continued community engagement. And that includes reaching out to people who aren't traditionally heard in community engagement, reaching out to the community nearby who aren't typically the people that would be coming here to talk to you in this kind of environment. By reaching out to the community, by having that deep community engagement, that's how you develop a shared vision.
The firm also says several things need to be considered in improving the area around the old jail site, including updating the Riverwalk pedestrian and bicycle trails, re-envisioning May Park beyond the upcoming $2.2 million refresh, and programming the neighboring cemeteries.
And we will certainly have more on that on News 12 at 6 o'clock. To weather now, as we're joined by our first alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. And Riley, your team is tracking possible showers and wind later this week.
And we are hoping for just a little bit of rain. We are in a moderate drought right now, so some rain would be beneficial. That is expected to arrive by Thursday. But for the rest of today, we actually do have an elevated fire risk across the area. It's all thanks to just dry fuel. We have that moderate drought across the area. Luckily, not a ton of wind today, but the relative humidity is less than 20%. So we are hoping for some rain out there. It should arrive by Thursday morning, but until then...
Accusations that insurance companies are pocketing premium payments and then jacking up the prices for homeowners. Tonight, Georgia lawmakers are demanding a thorough investigation after Florida authorities found companies were profiting off hurricane victims.
And we saw a lot of those victims here as well from that hurricane. Your Georgia State House reporter Abby Kasoris reports from Atlanta.
Democrat State Senator Nabila Islam Parks thoroughly convinced that insurance companies are ripping off Georgians. And the one person with the power to launch an investigation, Insurance Commissioner John King, appears unwilling to do so.
And it just recently went up about $41.
Increasing insurance costs, increasing frustrations.
I paid $266 a month. It used to be $150.
A study from NerdWallet found Georgia drivers are paying more than $3,000 a year, more than most states. And Georgia homeowners paying hundreds more.
It should tell us where it's going.
Democrat State Senator Nabila Islam Parks penning this letter to Insurance Commissioner John King to investigate insurance companies in Georgia. He needs to do his job. The Florida Office of Insurance Regulation found after Hurricanes Michael and Irma, insurance companies reported a loss of more than $400 million, while they diverted more than $1.8 billion to affiliated companies. Lawmakers in Florida pushed for reform in the state's policy on lawsuits in hopes of curbing insurance costs. Yet insurance premiums rose 37%. This year, Georgia lawmakers are considering similar measures.
That's what happens when you hand power to billion-dollar corporations and expect them to suddenly start looking out for working people.
Commissioner King responding to the letter, saying while he has the authority to review records, he can choose to do so on a case-by-case basis.
And I think it's a dereliction of his duty as insurance commissioner to not make sure that the same thing isn't happening here in Georgia.
King's office sent us a statement saying that Florida's insurance market offers a unique set of challenges, ones they're not prevalent here in Georgia. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasoris.
The future of the Wagner Fire Department is up for discussion yet again tonight. 2 weeks ago, a plan was presented at Aiken County Council, potentially changing the coverage areas for the fire departments and adding more departments like New Holland, Sally, and Hollow Creek. That raised a lot of concerns with the Wagner Fire Department, but county leaders, they still had questions last county council meeting before making a decision, which of course leads us to tonight. Your Andre Dickherber will be there and will have updates for us later on.
Live at 5, the countdown is on for 2 stranded American astronauts to splash down back on Earth. Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore have been stuck aboard the International Space Station for 9 months when they were only supposed to be there for a week. Could you imagine that?
No, I can't. Problem after problem after problem arose, leading to the pair becoming ISS crew until they could be brought back down to Earth. Now NASA predicts the 2 will splash down off the coast of Florida around 5:58 tonight. You are taking a live look there at command. Everyone's nervous about their return.
This is a live stream here that you're looking at from NASA. So a giant operation. This has drawn national attention so far, and I just couldn't imagine being stuck up there for 9 months.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Quick trip that turns into anything but. We're going to check back in when we get closer to that time. But yeah, fingers crossed as this starts to happen. A huge
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
This is not you.
It's not me. Real people, real problems, real life solutions. Investigate TV Plus.
At Gerald Jones Subaru, the savings are madness this March during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. For a limited time, score big savings on a winning vehicle, like an IIHS Top Safety Pick, the Subaru Crosstrek, or the top in its class Subaru Outback. Plus, when you purchase a new Subaru, complimentary maintenance is included for 2 years. And if you're ready to pass on your current vehicle, we want to buy it. At Augusta's only Subaru dealer, Gerald Jones Subaru.
Great news, Augusta.
Weinberger's Furniture and Weinberger's Interiors Market have come together, and that means a huge merging sale just for you.
One incredible store, one massive selection.
Love classic, modern, eclectic, whatever your style, find it now at prices too good to last. But hurry, once it's gone, it's gone. The Weinberger's merging sale happening now.
Visit Weinberger's Furniture and see the new selection all at the main location on Riverwatch Parkway.
Celebrate spring with blooming savings at Hamrick Spring Savings Event. A huge selection of Ruby horsepower items, only $25. Spring mini flags and sass mats, just $5. Solar lighting, only $19.98. New arrivals of garden decor, 50% off. Easter home decor, 60% off. Select spring home and garden items, just $10. And ladies braided pants, shorts, capris, and skirts, only $14.98. Don't miss these spring savings at Hamrick's.
Welcome back, folks, to the next.
You know, these Echo devices are always listening. They're also always recording. And Amazon now says it's going to send all of that stuff to the Amazon servers. Jamie Tucker coming up with what that means and how you can hear everything Alexa's ever heard you say.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
To your credit.
If you have an Amazon Echo device, then you know Alexa, I won't say it, is always listening. And now some of what you say will be uploaded to Amazon servers.
Your consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker takes a closer look at what this means and if there's anything you can do about it.
You know, these Echo devices are always listening for that special word, Alexa. And if it hears it or something similar, it starts recording. Well, up until now, you've been able to opt out of having those recordings uploaded to the Amazon servers. But now Amazon says you don't have that option. Amazon is working to add generative AI to Echo devices, making them more helpful, namely the ability to determine who's speaking. Now, to do that, Echo needs to save clips it records. Amazon says it will automatically send the recordings to secure servers, and there will be no option to opt out starting March 28th.
Sending these recordings to the cloud for analysis and response.
What does You Know Who record? Listen for yourself. You can browse a library of your conversations by opening the app on your phone and tapping Privacy. You will probably hear clips from the TV when an actor said something similar to her name.
Alexia doesn't remember.
But also in normal conversations, some where nothing being said remotely sounds like the wake word. It also records when it hears something that sounds like breaking glass or a smoke alarm. This one in the kitchen captured 10 seconds of audio every time the microwave beeped. You can delete all of those recordings from the device, but after March 28th, they'll all be automatically uploaded to Amazon servers to help train the new Alexa Plus. And if you listen to your recorded history right now, you'll probably hear me say her name several times just in this story. The good news is Alexa Plus will be smarter, can tell who's speaking, and will be a lot more helpful than just playing music, getting the forecast, and setting timers. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Well, it's that time again to vote on what you think is the coolest thing made in South Carolina. The final 4 contestants in the bracket are the 787 Dreamliner, made by Boeing in North Charleston, the Climate Cool Smart Bed, made by Sleep Number in Irmo, High Nude Sun Sips, made by Gallo Winery in Fort Lawn, and the Ultra HD Microcore Spiderweb Ribbon Fiber Optic Cable. That is a mouthful right there. But that is a high-density cable made by AFL in Duncan. They were used at the Super Bowl for real-time showcasting. You can vote online for what you think the coolest thing is that's made in South Carolina. We have that link for you on our website, wrdw.com. The winner will be announced on the 26th.
High Noon.
High Noon.
Pear.
Probably
the pear flavor.
That's probably my favorite
it's
too.
So good. Sage Valley Golf Club is known for being a stopping point for golf's next best.
And this year, 2 of the Junior Invitational's best have returned. Alyssa Lyons tells us more.
Yeah, guys, this is the first time that both champions from the girls' field and the boys have returned in pursuit of a gold jacket. Last year, Asterisk Tally became the first ever wire-to-wire winner in the girls' division. She was also the youngest to make the cut in last year's Augusta National Women's Amateur. Now back defending her title, Tally can become the girls' first repeat winner after 72 holes of play. She'll rely on memory to do so.
Just like, not really thinking too much about it, not practicing harder than I usually do, and just remembering what I did last year and remembering, what I did around the course, some little quirks to the course, and I think that's going to help me a lot, knowing that I can play well on this course.
She's never won the same tournament twice. Coming up all new on News 12 at 6, we'll hear from Giovanni Benaghi, the returning champion on the boys' side.
All right, if you just take a look.
Hey guys, it's Anna Christina here for Roof Savers. It's that time of year again, the perfect time to invest in your home. And what's the most important investment for your home? Your roof. If you've been worried about the age of your roof, missing shingles, black stains, or even leaks, I've got great news for you. There's a scientifically proven solution that extends the life of your roof by 17 years with just one treatment. Don't wait until it's too late. Call the team from Roof Savers now for your free roof inspection. Roof Savers, save your roof, save your money.
Whenever I felt I had a question,
All right, live at 5. This is happening as we speak.
Look
Look
at
at that. NASA's live feed moments ago. Those astronauts that were stuck in the space station, the International Space Station, for 9 months, they are back on Earth.
We officially have splashdown here on the coast of Florida there. It's just incredible. We don't have that, actually. So not splashdown yet. Still going. Oh,
There
yeah.
they go.
So, yeah, so still coming
I
down
believe
here.
one of them was in the water because
Yeah.
we were told moments ago
Moments
they
ago,
had splashed
yeah.
down, but
But you
here
can
we
see,
go.
this is for Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, man. They've been stuck up there for 9 months. I could not imagine being stuck up there in space for 9 months. A lot of people were concerned for their health, too, throughout this entire ordeal.
Yeah, and there they... Wow, how cool is this that we are watching this live? I mean, they were only supposed to spend a week on the ISS when they launched in June of last year.
Unbelievable. But I mean, it's been problem after problem that's come up, and that week-long trip, again, like we said, ballooned all the way up to a 9-month stay in low Earth orbit there, and now you can finally see that slow descent from the sky here, waiting for splashdown off the coast of Florida. This is NASA's live stream here of Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore coming back to Earth.
Can you imagine being their family members and their loved ones watching this right now? Probably wondering, are we ever going to see them again?
Yeah, again, it was problem after problem. This is a national story that was like, when are we going to get them back home safely back here on Earth? I mean, it was project after project, and now we're finally seeing that happen live. What an incredible moment.
And we may not make it by the end of our newscast. If you go to our website, you can finish watching this happen, and maybe we will make it. I mean, it's so
We're
close.
so close
Please
here.
let this happen live on TV, because if we cut out right before they land, it'll be a tragedy.
We're going to break.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Come on, splash.
Here we go. We got it.
Oh, we made it.
The weather. It's something that affects us all every day.